1,000 feet above the mountain before you start over. And I said, well, you know, we got to go all the way to Dakar, South Africa, and we're going over the Sahara Desert. I don't want to run out of gas. I'm not going up 1,000 feet. I think 500 feet's enough. So I went up 500 feet and started over that saddle, and I'm telling you, it took me down like an elevator, and that scared the fool out of me. I must have come down to treetops, but at any rate, I got out and made it out. And then we went over the Sahara Desert, and they told us that checkpoints was, they said, well, there'll be 3 black rocks right here. You check on, I said, you mean my checkpoint is 3 black rocks? He says, don't worry, you'll see them. And he said the next checkpoint is a emergency landing strip, and there'll only be a hut out there. It's out in the desert, and says you'll know that because the camels come in and they make looks like a wagon wheel with spokes. So I said, you know, just tracks, camel tracks. That's all they were. And honest to goodness, when we came to those 3 black rocks, you could see them a mile, 10 miles almost. And it was just, it was as plain as point. Well, it was 100, we figured, you go three degrees up, every 1,000 feet is 3 degrees. So you can figure what your ground, get your temperature at your level and figure how high you are. And you can figure what the ground temperature is, and it's 120 on that desert. And then we came to this thing, and it, sure enough, it looked like a wagon wheel. And there was just a little old hut out there. And what they did, if you had a emergency, you would call them, and they'd run out with a bulldozer and scrape the sand off the runway. And you go in for an emergency landing. At any rate, we went on to Dakar, got to Dakar, and it was hot as blue blazes. Oh man. And we landed in this sharp looking black guy. He was so black he shined, and he must have had grease on him. And he had on a brown shirt, short sleeve shirt, and brown shorts, and a red Sam Brown belt. That's where your belt is here, and it's got a strap over his shoulder. And he had red spats and no shoes. You know what spats are?
No.
Well, he had red spats on and no shoes. And he was standing on that that concrete out there with 120 degrees on it. And you could fry an egg on it. And we asked him, we said, let's see if he had his soles of his feet was that thick. And it was amazing. He would just stand up there, and whenever he was that's just sign of things.
What are the spats?
Huh?
What are spats?
What are what?
Spats.
Stats?
Spats. You said he is wearing red spats?
Spats.
Yeah.
Oh, spats are, you put on your shoes, and then it's a thing that goes over your shoe and comes up here as a uniform dress for uniform, military uniforms. And but sometimes the spats were in style at one time, but they come over the foot. It comes over the foot, and then it comes around and it's red. Well, these were red. Mm-hmm.